Hello, welcome back to my channel, to Enjoy Plans. Today I am using the Glam Planner March 2023 mystery kit, which is called Chick Flick, and I feel like it's mostly based off of like Legally Blonde, maybe a little Clueless, but let me know if you know the other movies it's based off of. But I'm getting a lot of Legally Blonde ties. And this kit has the cutest colors. Like, these jewel tone colors are amazing. I was not subscribed to the mystery at this point, but my friend Nicole, I will try to remember to link her channel down below, and she sold this kit, and I was able to get it from her, which was fantastic. And it worked out because she also is a mini kit subscriber, although she might have just bumped up and done the Lux subscription. But anyways, before that, she was my like fellow mini kit subscriber. And I feel like there's not many of us, which is completely understandable. So, yeah, it was great. So since it is a mini kit, I can't color block, but I feel like these colors are just so fun that it was great to use all the patterns and all the colors as much as possible. I absolutely loved this bottom washi, so much so that I didn't want to use overlays to cover it up. I just love both of the flower patterns, and I felt like they were pretty busy that I could have added something, but I just let it be its own. And I did the traditional triplicate washi again, since I wasn't doing overlays and I just loved the patterns. I was like, you know what, we're just going to do it all. And I really like how it looks. I did the same thing that I did with the July mystery, where I put the double box in the corner, again, because I needed the boxes, but also I love this double box scene, and I just thought it was really cute. So this week was our first week back. Sorry if you just heard Sadie yawn. It was our first week back to school, and I really like this kit because of the bright, fun colors. I felt like it tied to summer, but also with the jewel toned, it also like represents kind of like going in, transitioning to fall. And I loved the elements of kind of like the chick flick, the girl boss, but also like relaxing at home, because this week was just really exhausting. Like, I was so pooped every single day. And I just always underestimate how much there is to do when you're setting up your classroom for the new year. And on top of that, we like moved classrooms, and so like when you're unpacking and re-putting everything up and refiguring out like a new room layout, and I'm a maximalist, you know, I don't know if that's a thing, but people talk about being a minimalist. I'm a maximalist, if I even said that right. But my classroom is full. I have lots of things, and I like to put up lots of things. And that's what just makes me happiest, because I end up spending as much time there as I do my house, basically. So I want a space that I just truly adore and love spending time in. And that's really important to me, but also making it like fun and functional for the kids. So yeah, there's just a lot to do and a lot to organize. And then on top of it, we had to go to a teacher conference that was like an hour and a half away. So we'd had to drive there both on Thursday and Friday, which was very annoying. But you know, school, we got to get those professional development hours. I get it, but it was just like, yeah. So we had our first day back. That's why I would put that first day script on Monday, and we got just a few hours in our classroom, and then all day Tuesday was meetings. And then Wednesday was a class setup day, but I'm the tech lead at my school this year, which my husband so graciously reminded me that I should never sign up for this position. And he's like, why do you always do this? Because it ends up being really frustrating. And sure enough, that was definitely the case. So all day Wednesday ended up being like helping new people, like new teachers to the school, figure out their technology and our smart boards. And it just was very disorganized, and yeah, it was frustrating. I just felt frustrated this week, which then allowed me not to have like any time to set up my own classroom. And I'm all about helping people, but yeah, it was just a little too much. not a little too much helping people. It was just like a little too much in the sense of like, I just felt like I was getting pulled in every direction possible. Also, looking back, I have no idea why I put that box right here at the bottom. I totally meant to put it in the middle row. That means I only have that one box in the far. That makes, okay, wow. Clarity, hindsight is 2020. This was one of the first times that I've ever planned without pre-planning, if that makes sense. Like, I went in with no sticky notes, if you noticed that. Like, normally I have sticky notes saying that this box is going here, this box is going here, but I was just like in a massive planner catch-up coming back from my trip, and I'm like, I just gotta lay this base down. That is so funny and so weird, but oh well. Not the best, not the worst. I can't believe I just didn't notice that until now. It's so funny because I felt like it was very cluttered at the bottom with the double box, but whatever. Here we go. The sidebar, I actually love how this turned out, and I'm going to like remember it if I ever do double box in the corner like that. Because I just thought it looked really cute. I ended up using the extra bottom washi that I cut off and placing it as a box. And this week I really tried to think smarter. Oh wait, smarter, not harder, whatever the phrase is. That was such a fail. Anyways, you know what I'm talking about. And tried to pull in more elements of the kit to make boxes. But still be able to like show the cute funderlays of this kit, which I don't even think I talked about. These funderlays are from Plan With Me stickers, and they are in the aquamarine color, and they match the blue so perfectly, and they are in the, I think it's the girly print. I used this for my Barbie spread last spring. Loved it. Highly recommend. I feel like these underlays are really cute because they are full. Like they have dots and little like decor elements, but then they have the bigger, like the rainbows and the stars and like those kinds of things. So I feel like it's a perfect balance where you're always going to see some of it peeking through, because you know there's some underlays that you barely see peeking through, or like the pattern is too big that you don't know what it is. Yeah, so I really highly recommend these underlays. Okay, what was I saying? Sidebar, really tried to maximize the kit, and I saw my friend Michelle of McPlans. She was using a Glam planner kit in one of her Plan With Me's recently, and she cut down the little 3-heart checklist to make a square box, and it blew my mind. I was like, oh my goodness, that's amazing. So I was able to get like 2 big boxes from that, and like I said, with the washi, I was able to get some little with cutting down the washi, I got some washi strips I used in the sidebar in another place. So I actually walked away from this spread having like 2 extra boxes, which is unheard of. I feel like I'm always trying to pull in like boxes for my collection, which none of the colors from my collection match these colors. And so I was so very thankful that I was able to use up all the elements of the kit. And then I also had some underlays. So I had some blue hollow and then some aquamarine underlays. Some of it was my freebies from Plan With Me stickers, which I do PR for McPlans and Plan With Me stickers. I always leave the codes down below. Which that Choose Happy and this Ride the Wave quote are both my old freebie. And then I put the quote that says, "Let's go girls," with the disco ball at the top, which I just thought was really funny because it was like, we're setting up the classroom, it's game time, let's go. And then the empower women, because it's like back to school, and if you're a teacher, you know that it's pretty much an all-female workplace. So yeah, that's why I chose that quote. So here I am practicing and trying to figure out how to make these rounded boxes, which are not my fave, but now they are my fave because I learned how to make them into little squares. With the rounded boxes, it's kind of hard. So I learned the trick of you cut it in half and then you have to kind of cut the corners. It's a little tricky to see here. But if you cut the corners, then the rounded edges, when you're matching it up, lays down really nicely. and you don't see it like peeking through on the other side, if that makes sense. So yeah, this is when I like stood back and I'm like, yes, this is perfect. So yeah, I ended up kind of using a couple different ways to mark school this week, since it's like teacher work. I tried to do the things that like we were doing, not just marking school. So I marked like setting up my classroom or teacher conference or whatever, like teacher meetings. And then I'm pulling in these cute little pigs with staplers, and pigs with the tape from McPlan's new kind of like back to school collection. This was like her office supplies. The little crayon sticker on the sidebar and the back to school script, that's all McPlan's as well, which when you're seeing this video, I believe her September releases have been up. Or they're going up soon. I'm not exactly sure when this video is going up, but yeah, you should definitely check out her September releases. They are always cute, and I just love that she does monthly drops. So, yep, that's where most of my character stickers are from, and most of my script stickers are from. At the top, that August script is also McPlan's, and then I love her monthly samplers because she has like random holidays. Not a ton. She chooses like 3 to 5 kind of like main holidays or random holidays, and I love that because it's the perfect amount. And these Glam planner kits that don't have a ton of deco, I love being able to put scripts up at the top because then it can like the deco can be really full. So on Thursday, it was a National Waffle Day, which was great because we did BFD, which is breakfast for dinner in our household. I literally love doing BFD, and it's on the schedule almost every week, but different variations. So let me know in the comment section down below. Does your family do breakfast for dinner? If so, like, what's your favorite breakfast for dinner? I'm always looking for new recommendations. And then on Saturday, it's National Dog Day, which when I'm doing this voiceover right now, it is Saturday the 26th. And so I put the little, like, I put Bruiser, Legally Blonde, Elle's dog, on Saturday for that reason. But yeah, need to give Sadie some extra cuddles for the day. Not that she doesn't. She got so many cuddles this week. And it was an exciting week for Sadie because she finally got groomed. We had to cancel her grooming appointment because we were out of town, and it was just kind of like bad scheduling. But if you've been a part of my channel for a long time, you know that dog grooming, I don't know if this is just my area, like where I live, or if this is like a nationwide problem. Please let me know, actually, if you're a dog owner, if this is a problem where you live. But like, getting into the groomer is nearly impossible where I live. It took me, I had to call 8 different places when we got Sadie to get on the schedule for, like, so many people weren't accepting new clients. So I had to call 8 different places, and I finally found somewhere, and they're like, oh yeah, we can take her in like 3 months or whatever. And thankfully I had made the call really early, and it was crazy. So she waited the longest time for her first haircut, poor little girl. And so this was kind of deja vu because we had to cancel the appointment, and it was a little bit more last minute notice. So we had to get we got booted for a really long time on the schedule. So hopefully now we can be back on her normal schedule, but she was so scruffy, and she hates when we try to like groom her at home or like try to cut her or even brush her at home. It's terrible. It's a miserable experience for all parties. Yeah, so it was a good week for Miss Little Sadie to get her haircut. I say little, but she got also weighed this week at the vet, and she's 62 pounds. We were told she's going to be like 30 to 40 pounds. She's not overweight. She's just a big girl, but she still has the mentality that she is probably about 15 pounds. So that's always funny, and it just keeps life, nice and interesting. So you can see I'm basically marking school every day this week with these little round boxes. Like I said, they became my BFFs this week, and I love that you can still see the funderlays. And I'm really trying to do better about being able to see the funderlays. If I have funderlays, they should be seen, So I really also wanted to use that little badge icon from McPlans, and I'd gotten it in a freebie, and on Tuesday it was like our badge picture day, which is a really big deal at our school because all the different like campuses come, so like 250 people get their picture taken by the same person, and it starts like before our annual district meeting, and it's like how early can one get here to stand in a long line, and it's like, who do you know in line to cut the line? It's terrible, but it's an ordeal at the school, so I had to mark that, and since I had the perfect sticker, it was like even more of a reason to mark. But for pre-planning, that is like almost it. You can see I'm going to put my little teacher conference. I took the script that says parent teacher conference and I just cut it to teacher conference. And I like absolutely adore that I thought of that because anything not in my handwriting is great. And yeah, so this is pretty much it. I'm showing you here what the foil looks like, and then let's skip to the end to see the final spread. All right, I'm back with my finished spread, and I adore this kit. Like, and my nails kind of match it, which is even more fun. But like the colors, the theme, the everything, the underlays, it's just so good. What would make it better is if I color blocked it, but that is okay. Here is a closer look at some of this foil in action. The aquamarine foil was such a move, especially since I like wish I had more of it, so like of that blue shade, so I was happy that it was my foil. And I stand by the choice of not putting a bottom washi, and sometimes I feel like when I do that I regret it afterwards, but I stand by it for this one, and I put so much other foil everywhere else, so it's fun to just like give it a break. And it is still a very busy washi. So a couple of the things I did was I added these little stars. It was a glitter header strip overlay, and I just didn't need it, want it, so I just cut it up and then added those little stars there and these little stars here, and I really like that extra touch. This week was a crazy week, going back to school and getting it all ready, and then basically spent the whole weekend, well, I spent all day Saturday getting more school stuff done while like watching Abbott Elementary and watching some Hallmark movies. And then on Sunday I had the worst stomach pain ever, and it's just no fun, so I didn't get as much done, but I got some family time in the evening with my in-laws. So that is the finished spread. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye everyone.